What is most significant about lung cancer treatment is the incredible changes that have come about since 2000. We have new chemotherapy drugs, new targeted drugs. Patients are living longer and living better. And I think if there's only one message that people hear, lung cancer treatment has changed and patients are doing better. And that is because of very active research, a greater focus on treating patients.
I was completely shocked. I had no symptoms. I had gone for a routine x-ray. I had some back issues. It was unrelated to the cancer. And it's just some scoliosis and very mundane. I went in to get an x-ray from my chiropractor and they found a huge mass in my lung on the right side that was bigger than an orange. And they said, you need to get this checked out right away. And I really didn't think it could possibly be cancer. I felt great. I was very active doing exercise, and I have a 3-year-old daughter, so keeping up after her and being lots of activity. I had no idea.
The honest discussion is this is stage 4 lung cancer. This could kill her. And how do you overcome that? Well, A, don't be too proud. Go find yourself help. That's the first thing that we did, was we found every resource we could find, and don't think that you can do it yourself, because you can't. As a fellow I'm working with tells me to dip your toe in there, because if you try to act like it couldn't happen, then you're not being realistic. It could. I could lose her. That would really suck, but I could. So you've got to be able to dip your toe in there and think about what your life might be like if she wasn't there. But you can only dip your toe in it. You can't wallow in it. Because if you wallow in it, then you're not getting anything done.
My diagnosis was made in the summer of 2003. And the events leading up to it were that I began experiencing some pain in my back. It occurred while I was playing basketball, but also while I was just doing what I needed to do, resting or activity of one sort or another. And I figured, it was a strained muscle or something like that, but it wouldn't go away. So eventually I had it checked out, and as a precaution, my primary care physician had a chest x-ray done, and he called me up and said, well, did you know that you have something growing in your lung? And I said, no. And that was the start of a series of tests, of biopsies, rib biopsies, lung biopsies, that led to my diagnosis later that summer.
The challenges of being the spouse of a cancer patient begin with the diagnosis. And like Michael, it was a shock. Nothing we expected. He's been always very health conscious. I think from the beginning I felt the need to support him and to come alongside him and meet the needs that he was having and listen to him and understand him and support him in just the difficulty. But at the same time, my mind was swirling. My emotions were all over the place, and I didn't feel like I could count on him for support, or should, because he was in such pain himself.
Well, I grew up with a father that smoked 2 packs a day. And every morning he would send one of us, we were 3 girls, and every morning he would send one of us out to the store to get him 2 packs of cigarettes and a newspaper. So I grew up with cigarettes around me. And I was the youngest of 3 children. My eldest sister immediately started to smoke, probably in high school. So she was around smoking. And one by one, everybody was smoking. So it seemed a very natural thing to do, was to just sit down and have a cigarette and something to drink.
Because the drugs are better and better tolerated, we can treat more patients that maybe wouldn't have tolerated the previous therapies. And when patients are treated, they're able to live the life that they want to live better than they were in the past, and it's a nice position now to be able to reassure a patient it's not going to be as you think in your mind or as in the cultural belief system from decades ago.